The Watcher. It was 2:30 a.m. when Emily woke up to the sound of her phone buzzing on the nightstand. She groggily reached over and saw a text from her best friend, Sarah. The message read, "Did you hear that noise? It's outside your window." Confused, Emily sat up, trying to shake off the remnants of sleep. She looked around her room, the dim moonlight casting long shadows across the walls. She hadn't heard anything, at least not at first. Her phone buzzed again, a second message from Sarah. "I think someone's out there. I'm scared." Emily's heart began to pound. She got out of bed and went to the window, pulling back the curtains. The streetlights outside illuminated the empty yard. There was nothing but the dark trees swaying gently in the breeze. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Still uneasy, Emily texted back, "I don't see anything. You're probably just hearing things." She stared at the window for a moment, debating whether to go back to bed. Then a chill ran down her spine. She could have sworn she saw something move, just a flicker in the corner of her vision. She squinted, her eyes straining to focus in the darkness. There, in the corner of the yard, by the tree, a figure. It was standing motionless. But Emily wasn't sure if it was a person or just a shadow. Her breath caught in her throat as she tried to make out its features, but the figure remained eerily still. Her phone buzzed again. "Emily, it's behind you." Frozen in place, Emily's blood turned to ice. She turned slowly, her neck aching as if something were pulling her toward it. But the room was empty, just the familiar darkness and her own shallow breaths. Then she heard it, a soft, shuffling sound. It was coming from the hallway. Emily's pulse quickened. Her hands trembled as she texted Sarah again. "What do you mean? What do you see?" Before Sarah could reply, the shuffling grew louder, closer, a whisper of fabric brushing against the floor. She bolted from the window, rushing into the hallway. The dark shapes of furniture loomed in the dim light, but there was no one there. Then the phone buzzed again. "I'm in your room! Turn around!" Emily spun around. Her breath caught in her throat. Standing in her doorway was a figure, a pale, gaunt woman with hollow eyes. She was wearing Sarah's clothes, but her face was twisted, almost inhuman. The skin stretched tightly over her bones, her lips pulled back in an unnatural smile. "Emily," the figure whispered, "I've been watching you." The last thing Emily saw before everything went black was the figure's outstretched hand, reaching toward her.